Everybody, welcome to the Five Tools Show. We have an awesome show tonight because it's just me and Joe. And we're going to be talking about the Waxateria set, and we're going to be talking about all types of cards. If you guys have seen the channel before, you know that we do the quarter classics at the end. But, you know, we're going to try it in the beginning tonight, and maybe that's going to be a new tradition because it's so funny.
Story behind this is we're in a lot of the same like vintage wax pack groups, Facebook groups, really awesome dudes. They always have cool shit, way cheaper than eBay or wherever else. And you know, it's from a group, but these guys are just golden, you know, so you get good stuff. They had some old school sticker packs. Remember, you used to buy the sticker packs? They were like a quarter. They used to put them in the book. So this one, I pulled it out. Honestly, I was going to send it into to PSA just for the fact that it's so scented and clean. Strawberry 83 sticker.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's very, very cool, man.
Right?
That's very cool because, yeah, it's funny. I have some cards to show you, and among them are some stickers. And like that's a beautiful one because, stickers are so tough.
So stickers tough.
Really tough.
Bro, it's scented so, I mean, honestly, you'd probably get like a 9. I'm just saying, it would be something like this, I know, but it's like strawberries, like his rookie. You know what I'm saying? So having this in a slab where these get destroyed really fast. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They're so sensitive, but I mean, yeah. It's a great card. It's it's right out of a sticker, but I just love Straw and that. He's just those old school pullovers, man. What a legend.
Yo, this dude Tony La Russa, bro. He looks like this is the kind of picture they show when they're trying to get a grand jury to indict this dude, bro. Like, bro, this kid looks like he's about to get popped, bro, on some Rico thing.
Yo, he's on some straight. Yo, you know what he reminds me of right there? Do you remember when in Goodfellas when De Niro was sending the chick when he kept telling her go that way when they were down by the thing when he was trying to like make and he's going, bro. That face, he's got this. He looks like De Niro cousin that thing. How are you going to be a baseball player looking like a manager?
Real quick, bro. Aaron Judge signed with the Yankees. That's what's up.
Yo, I had to convince myself that he wasn't. That's the only way he came back in a sick way. I was just happy because my daughter, she had to write a letter to school. Mind you, she's 8 years old. She had to write a letter to school to a place of business. It was like something they wanted the kids to learn. And she goes, Dad, I need the Yankees address because I have to send a letter to them. I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, I got to write a letter to the Yankees to make sure to tell them that Aaron Judge has to stay in New York.
That's incredible.
I gave it I looked for like the fan club or whatever, like address, and she sent it. So I've been telling her, like, you did this. You know what I'm saying? So she's all fruited out now, thinking that like maybe her letter really did keep Judge in the Bronx.
Bro, that's what it's all about. That's incredible, man. That's a great story. Here's another interesting idea that I was thinking about. So just say that Judge played, or not Judge, or any player, all right? Say they played 7 years, right? They hit 300 plus. They put up, say, like 50 bombs for 7 years, batted, had 350 home runs for their career, batted 300 plus. Whatever, that person would absolutely dominate baseball in a way that has never been done. Like that many home runs, that kind of batting average for that many years. Not even Hank Aaron did, those kind of numbers. Mays, Maris, Mantle didn't. So it's kind of crazy if you think about it, right? So if somebody dominates the game for 7 years like that, right? And then like the year 8, they just fall off, just theoretically, right? That person, would they be in the Hall of Fame? You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts. It's like,
but it might be that
Dave Parker was just dominating. No, for like 7-8 years, he dominated the sport. Absolutely, was one of the top 3 in the game for almost a decade. And we're talking about fame. This is the Hall of Fame. Like you're not going to
let me ask you something real quick about this. Listen, to me, Harold Baines was a very good player, right? He played a long time. He was a very good player for a long time. That's how I would say. He wasn't better than Dave Parker. I don't care what your stats say, bro. I don't care that, you know what I'm saying? To me, that Dave Parker, bro, listen, Mattingly had a run where he was dominant. It wasn't 7 years, right?
Right.
I mean,
right. 5.
now it was, you know, Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy was super consistent. I mean, Dale Murphy probably has a better, you know, career than Baines. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking Baines. The dude was a monster hitting. I'm just saying, like you just said a word, fame, like Hall of Fame. I mean, like Dave Parker.
I agree 1,000,000%. Dave Parker is a legend, and he absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you know, there are some players, like you look at Sandy Koufax. Sandy Koufax, smart to get out. Like, he didn't want to be crippled. He was one of the best pitchers in history, and he just retired at the right time. He's in the Hall of Fame, and guess what? He belongs in the Hall of Fame. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, well, you know, whatever. He you know, he's one of those guys that didn't have a long career, but is in the Hall of Fame, considering most pitchers in his era had to do 20 years or 15 years. But like, before, you asked me about Baines, right? I don't believe in the compiler idea. I don't, because no one says to like a rich guy who's old, oh yeah, he's only rich because he's 85. It's like, yo, dude, the guy's been that good for a long time. The idea of the compiler, like, I understand it. And the only reason why it's a thing is because they have these ideas of numbers that are supposed to be what is acceptable to be the Hall of Fame. So when guys are really good and they play long careers, like, you know, Harold Baines and guys like that, it's like, listen, the guy he has 2,800 hits, bro. Like, Harold Baines is no slouch, man. I know a lot of people say and if you go back, like, there's a book called I have it somewhere. Anyway, it's about the Hall of Fame, and it was written, I think, maybe in 90 or late 80s. Bill James, and it's called The Politics of Glory. Okay, and I don't want to get into it because it's such a deep conversation. But for years, there are people like that really should be in and aren't, and people that shouldn't be in that are. Let's be real. We both love Scooter. Bill White has better numbers than Scooter. You know, he rings. He didn't play, you know, in a place like New York. Plus, let's be real.
Hall of Fame.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think Scooter would have got in if he never was a broadcaster?
No. So, what do you got that you're gonna send to PSA, bro?
I got this Andy Pettit.
Oh, nice, man.
It's like his. This is not his first minor league card, but his second-year minor league card. This one, I actually pulled this from a pack.
Wow.
Bro, it was in my LCS, the guy had like $2 packs of old top stuff. I first pack, I pull it in from a pack.
Amazing.
I got this Ricky the Dragon.
That's awesome. He has a great auto too.
Yeah, he does. I'm gonna send that one in, and then I sent this out on a. He signed this for me. I put like $20 in the thing, sent it to his house, and he signed his back for me.
Awesome, bro.
And this one I got recently, Blue Moon Odom.
Wow, that's a nice looking card too.
Yeah, it's really not. I couldn't believe I got it from eBay for like $15, bro. And it's just like the card is mint. You know, sometimes you get the card, yeah, you want the auto, but the card shop, but the card was, this one is beautiful, man. The Fergie Jenkins rookie auto.
That's really nice. That is a sweet card, man.
I always wanted this card.
Rookie auto, man. You can never go wrong with a Hall of Fame rookie auto.
Never. And, you know, it'll be fun to grade and see what this thing gets. I mean, the auto is going to get a 10. It's beautiful. Let's see what the card gets. And then I had a few other joints. I had some old, I cracked that Sinatra. That's crazy. Yeah, you were telling me about how nervous you were when that. Oh, I was proud of myself because I thought it was bad news. This is an old strip, and this has Ava Gardner's rookie on here of these little. Yeah, so I'm gonna send that in as a strip. Yeah, that's cool. And then I have to send this in, man. It's time. Yeah, that's a dope card, Judge Auto. Sterling, his first. This is his first auto, first year he signed. That's awesome. This is a dope card. I'll sell this because there's no way I could keep it. But I also pulled this out of a pack, and it's a short print. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's no PSA 10s of this, so I'm thinking you never know because that's Red Sox great card. Great card, right? Yeah, that's really, really cool, man. Cool short print, man. I like that a lot. Those are the kind of short prints that should be like
one every 10,000 packs, you get that one.
Right. And then the last three, I had this Stan Hansen one. I love this card. It's one of those Gong 82 Gong ones.
Bro, Stan Hansen, one of the funniest wrestlers in history.
The lariat, cuz. And then this is Jordan's third year sticker. If you could get this in even like a 7 or 8, it's a few $100. So I figured for $17, this is my childhood card too. I figured for $17, I mean, you can't lose. And then last but not least, Adrian Adonis.
Wow, that's nice, man. How's the condition of the card in general? It looks really sent.
Nope. The main thing with these is they have wrinkles. The last ones I got, the one I got a 6 on, that Mil Mascaras one, it had no wrinkles and I got a 6. The other one, and when I looked in the light, the Tiger Mask this has no wrinkles. So, I mean, I don't even think you can get past the 6 on these cards if the borders aren't like how fucking, who did it? Rob England? One of them did when they have the curved. I think Rob did. I don't know how he cut that like that. It's insane.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of patience, and I'm sure he practiced on other stuff before he did that. But you definitely gotta concentrate and have a steady hand and like.
Oh my goodness, you're getting good with that stuff, bro.
I mean, but I'm using a machine. You just gotta know where to put the thing, and like you have to know how your machine is. The paper cutter, but like hand cutting it, real hand cut, that's no joke, man. No, I picked up cards. I picked up some really cool stuff recently. I think this is Ray Mercer's rookie card, 91 Ring Lords.
Wow, that's cool. Dope.
Yeah, it's a nice card. There's a few in there that's cool. I may send a PSA. I'm not sure if that's Lennox Lewis. I really don't know that much about like the 90s boxing cards. But there's some cool stuff. There's a Pernell Whitaker in here as well. So that's a cool, like I got 2 of these sets. They come in a box, and it was like really cheap, man, really cheap. And speaking of stickers, I got a box of 1990 Panini baseball. I never saw anything like it. And the amount of stickers in there must have been like 100 packs and 5 stickers, so 500 stickers. And these are the only ones, like you were talking about the stickers. These are the only ones that I think might get a 10. And I'm going to send them in now that it's cheaper, just because, like, I like the oddball stuff, like this Maddox, this Roberto Alomar. Now, this Roberto Alomar is a little off center now that I look at it. This Robin Yount is pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Those are fresh, man.
This, and here's just one more. Like this Willie Randolph. I know it's weird because he's that might be the best one.
Bro, that's crazy. Yo, I got to show you one I didn't show, but when talking about stickers, you're right. You could open a ton of them. You maybe get 1 or 2 that you might want to send in. You know me. I'm a Ricky nut, but peep this out. I got these and it.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that kind of stuff.
So you know what I'm saying? And then you just put them together. I figured, how fresh would that look? Like, if you got a slab and you had one slab like this and one like that.
Yeah, that would be dope, dude. That's very cool. That's
cool stuff. The stickers were fresh, man. That stickers really bring me back, to a kid again, man. I remember, I was so mad because you know how long it took to do sticker books as a kid. You'd be searching for like 3 players for like a whole year. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember I had a book that I had 2 left that I needed done. And I had a substitute teacher one day, and she told everybody to put away, whatever you had. And, we weren't listening, whatever. She grabbed my book out of my hand and she ripped it.
Come on, bro.
I think my whole face turned like pure red, and I was like went into a rage or some shit. And I remember I went home and told my mother, and my mom knew the time and effort, and probably most of her money went into that book. When she found out that a lady, my mom lost it. The next morning went there on some maniac shit to the principal. Like it was, we never saw the lady again. It was just, it was a substitute. And she was one of those mean, old, those old teachers, bro, that we had when we were kids. But every time I think of a sticker book or stickers, I think of that in my head. I think about my sticker book being freaking ripped in half, bro. Destroyed as a kid.
That's tough. Man, yeah, those sticker books are impossible to put together. It takes so long.
Forever.
Bro. Yeah, you know, like I picked up a bunch of stickers. Actually, the complete set, like speaking of like the complete set 81 Fleer stickers, right? And they're nice to put in a book. You know, I'm gonna put them in a book or whatever.
Yeah.
If the Ricky in there was perfect, I'd send it. I actually have a Ricky on its way to P. I have one of those Rickies. I think I showed it to you from that set that I'd like to send a second year. It's a beautiful card. But those are so tough, man. All of them. I mean, this guy sold me these things like, yo, $8 each.
Yeah.
You know, another clear sticker set. And this one, which there's more to, there's another. But like, I just got all these sticker sets. They're in order, they're complete. And like, you know, I have a book now of just 80s, just incredible 80s stuff that is not worth anything, but are like the funnest books in the world. Like, you know, one of them's like food stuff, like Drake's, but
yeah,
Arena, even if it's cat food, things like that. And then in the other one, it's like, you know, True Value hardware and just random weird stuff like toy stores, Woolworths. You know, 1986 Woolworth is one of the coolest looking sets. You know what set I'm talking about?
I think so.
It's like, and for me, the rest of the Woolworth sets, I don't really like that much. But the 86 has like this bright yellow border. And the Don Mattingly in there is crazy cool. The Tony Gwynn in there is amazing. You know, and it's a set that you could get back in the day. It was probably $1.50 for the whole box.
Oh, yeah.
Or $2 or $3 maybe tops, you know? And it's like, yeah, they made a lot of those cards, but there's not a lot of those in good condition. And when you try to get those now, and, you know, maybe you could find one needle in a haystack, but like, you got to grade a lot of them, and no one's doing that. So they're very low pop cards. I like those cards a lot. I have a lot of those cards, man. Like I actually went to an LCS recently where the guy basically just sold me like, here's, you know, just all this cheap kind of stuff. And I have a lot of this stuff, but like Score Masters, this set's crazy. I'm gonna show you from the Score Masters. That's one of the coolest. That set was ahead of its time, and I have a few cards.
What year was that?
1989. Or is it 88? No, it's. I think it's hold on, I'll tell you right now. I don't think it's 89. It's 89 or 90. Yeah, this is the crazy thing. On the box says 1989.
Do you remember those? Do you remember those from back then?
I don't. I just found out.
I don't remember those either.
I found out about them recently because I was just looking, you know, whatever cards. Like I'll look for players that I like in the auctions, whatever. I see this. I saw Mattingly. I saw Griffey. This is the Griffey. This card is like perfect.
I don't even think I've ever even seen that.
Yeah, it was new to me. Like I don't remember them back in the day when these were out. I was collecting heavily. I'll be honest with you. I never saw them before. My LCS was like they only got tops and stuff. Pretty much. Yeah. The upper deck pack that was like really expensive, and I was like, I'm good. But here's another one. This Tony Gwynn, like these are ones that I put in grading sleeves because I'm gonna send that.
That's, you know, like damn, that's nice.
That's a nice one. And the Don Mattingly, like top to bottom, a little bit off center, but I'll take a 9 on that. If I could put that in a slab for $18, you know,
that's what I'm saying. So, everything is not about a flip or how much it is. If you're gonna keep it, you want to know that it's at least put away. You don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. And, you know, like the last couple of big orders I sent to PSA, I sent a lot of like my childhood stuff that I just want slab. But now I'm trying to buy, you know, better stuff that like I think is going to grade better. I mean, I'll just show you these two. I mean, I think you've seen it, but I bought a bunch because like, cards like this, you know, this Aaron, like we talked about it, bro. It's Hank Aaron. Man. Like, wrong. I got these cards for nothing. I bought a bunch of these cards. Like, I think I paid $110 for all the cards I'm showing you right now and more. This, you know, 67 Gibby. Yeah, it's off center, but you know, whatever. That card just for me is as a Gibson collector, but like this 61 Banks,
man. When you show me that, it's so crisp, that joint.
the thing is, right? Like it has issues.
Surface?
Nah, like on the bottom, there's a small mark. It may have been made by a pen or a printing defect. I can't tell. It's not perfectly centered top to bottoms. And like one of the corners a little bit soft, but still, I'll take a 5 or 6 on that.
Exactly.
And
exactly. It's just the card, bro. And also the color, has that, it just pops that card.
It's crazy. Like here's a
man
for Aaron. I mean, centered really nice. What I try to do is like, I know how important it is for PSA for centering. So, obviously they're not going to give you a pass if the corners are not, good and all that stuff. But you can find that like, 2 cards with the same, obviously one card has a corner that's not great, but it's really badly cut versus another card that has good, like dead centering with maybe a little, I'm not saying soft corners, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let me describe, like you look at it, like how would you describe the damage? You know it's there because it's not perfect. But I feel like there's value in those cards. I like to pick those up, put those in a slab, whatever. I like that stuff. I love the vintage. So
the great thing about that is like there's certain things, like I just started collecting a 41 play ball set, right?
Such a dope set, man.
So I got a bunch. The first 2 I got DiMaggio's. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Dom? Who's the other? Oh yeah. Who's the other brother's name again?
Legendary. Vince
Dom,
and Dom.
Brother.
Vince, DiMaggio, and Dom.
Oh, Vin. Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? This Vince is like, obviously it has a huge, line across that was probably bent in half. But look at the color on it, though.
I know.
You see, I bought it because of the color more than the line. I don't care about the line. Because I'm not great in these cards. I'm going to try to build this set. I think there's only 86 cards in this set. I'm going to try to build this set, and I've been just buying them. I mean, I've been trying to buy color. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to, like, if you check, like, even this Pinky May, this guy. I mean, look at the color on these.
Unbelievable card, man. Yeah, those are really beautiful.
I mean, no, look, this one I like. Look, they have the grandstand in the background with all the flags.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
You look at the little things in the back, like, it's just, I don't know. I only have about 7 of them. I haven't went crazy, but it's just something, you're at the card show, you might go through a box, you find a few for $5-10, and I don't care if they're beat up. It's just my main thing with this set. I want to have like the colors nice. You know what I'm saying? Have a bright, colorful set. And if they're beat up, actually they beat up cards. Sometimes when you take them out and you're holding them, you go back in time too. You feel that old feeling, you smell them. It's like everything is not about a slab. That's what makes the whole hobby great. Like there's certain things you might just say, hey, I'm building a raw set. I never want to grade.
Yeah. That stuff, that's a beautiful card. Can you imagine at DiMaggio how it would look new with all those colors, like perfectly centered and cut? Like that's a popping card. That's a bright, colorful card. Like if you were a little kid, you'd be like, wow.
Yeah. Bro, when I saw this, I was like, fell in love with this thing. People didn't, I was on one of those Twitter threads that like vintage Twitter threads, and nobody bought on this thing. I'm like, damn, I was like, it's like $40 or $30 or whatever. I was just like, but what's so cool about this set is imagine 3 brothers in one set.
Amazing. What's the price on the raw DiMaggio in that set? The Joe D.
That's going to be my issue. A beat up is probably still, I don't even know, but paper,
Yeah, like a stack.
There's Jimmy Fox, another one that's, there's a few big cards in here.
Speaking of that set, I think that they have, I'm not sure if it's that one, but they have DiMaggio at my LCS. It might be that set. I'll look into it because it's like $14.50, and I'm just like, oh, I wish I had that card.
That's probably it. Because the year before Play Ball, they were black and white.
Right. 1940. Yeah, it's an interesting time for cards because I guess it's mostly the Bowman stuff later, and
Yep.
then like, play ball in the early and in the middle of the 40s. There's just, a lot of like the candy cards and whatever.
And just the back of it just has like, that old newspaper cardboard looking feel, it's just, and some of these dudes, what they wrote about them, they like abuse dudes in this too. Like if they weren't good, they'll straight abuse you on these joints.
Come on.
Yeah, like he said, where was the one of the guys? There was one dude, he was, no, that wasn't it. I'm gonna read what Dom DiMaggio, youngest brother of the great Joe DiMaggio. Dom proved last year he could travel on his own power as a ball player in the major leagues. In his first season with the Red Sox, the smallish bespectacled Californian, bro. They called him the smallish bespectacled Californian.
Man.
Batted .301, drove in 46 runs, was a brilliant defensive outfielder who led the league in assists, making 15 in 90 games. He scored 81 runs himself and covers a tremendous amount of ground in the outer gardens. They were, their bios were fresh, man.
Yeah.
Let's see what they said about Vince DiMaggio. Persistence made a good ball player out of Vince. Last year with the Pittsburgh Pirates, always an asset defensively with a remarkable throwing arm. Vince couldn't seem to hit major league pitching consistently enough to stick, but he batted .289 for the Bucks last year and drove in 54 runs and hit 19 home runs. He made only 5 errors and contributed 13 assists. He was traded in May last year to the Pirates by the Reds. It's fun to read some old bios, man, and just think that how great Joe DiMaggio was. He had like, his brothers were respected players. They weren't just like, it wasn't like, some of these players, these dudes were, dudes can hit, man. Like that's amazing. That's just amazing to have 3. I know there's, Alomars and, you had Buddy, but all these guys in one set playing at the same time, that's like boggles my mind. It really does.
I picked up a hanger box of Update just to give it a shot recently. I didn't really hit it. I actually hit a Julio, but nothing, base rookie debut. But I mean, you're showing the pictures of the backs of that card. I mean, look at, and I'm not trying to pick on anybody's designer here, but I mean, like these compared to when we were kids, it's so plain. So, it's laid out nicely and everything, but it's so plain. And it's like
we had like that
right.
look, like a color, a cardboard. It's just like white paper. It's just like
it's a different thing. Like it's I was reading recently that when Fleer and Donruss came out, that even though the first sets, like you can pick on them if you want for the photos or whatever consistency, but if you notice, they were using white cardboard.
Yep. You go back then, they had the pink color backs and all that, like that peach color.
Anyway, but yeah, 2019 is a cool set.
What's your take on the Cosmic Chromes? I haven't got any yet, but I mean, I watched a few breaks and I mean, they got some beautiful cards. They really are.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cards are gorgeous. Topps Chrome usually puts out a great product. The inserts are nice always, most of the time. And the refractors are great, but I don't know. I'm just kind of really.
No, but what with these cosmic ones, these new ones though? Have you seen them at all or like?
I they sold out quickly at the spot by me. I like the cards. They're beautiful cards, but I think it's just too much, just too many products coming out. It's like the holiday tops, like, you make the tops and the holiday tops. Holiday tops isn't worth anything, but it's a lower print run. Why is that? The Cosmic Julio rookies, I mean, as far as I could tell, and this is the pattern of the modern, way of how the market dictates, but, the modern Julio card, the Chrome would be worth more than the Cosmic Chrome, I think. And then, even though it's a lower print run, but then other sets like Sapphire or whatever are going to be like, it's just so crazy because you look at like the rookie card and you're just like, all right, this is just a worthless card. You get the card you want. Oh, look, you're a kid. Oh, I got the Julio card. Cool. You don't have the Chrome even. You don't have the gold of the base set. You don't have any low number of the base set. You don't have the auto. You don't have Chrome refractors. You don't have any of the fancy. And then you talk about Sapphire and all these other stuff. So what's the official rookie? Like the one you only make a few of and only rich people get it? Like to me, that defeats the entire purpose of the game. So it is what it is.
Right. You hit it on the nose. It's true.
You know?
And that's what the glory is of right now. If we open the 84 Don Russ box, we're just trying to find Mattingly. And if you get Mattingly, you're good. It's not like, it's a different chase now. It's like, I got every rookie. Can you imagine if you got every rookie in a certain set? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 84 or 85, you got Kirby, you got McGuire, you got, this one. Now, all of a sudden, you had the hot box. But now, if you get every rookie in the set, if it's not like you just said, to 99 or an auto or this or super short print, you're right. It doesn't really have a meaning. Yeah, you could say I have all the rookies, but in terms of value of anything, there is none.
I think Bellinger's awesome, but you never know. It's like that, these guys that come up, they're playing great. I mean, Alex Bregman, I graded a bunch of his stuff early in his career, and I was like, oh, this guy's really good. Then the whole thing happened with the cheating and didn't play so good. Guess what? Now he's getting rings and hitting monster, like big spots, just getting huge hits, and fans love him out there. So, like, it's weird, you never know. But with those guys that are in the major leagues, at least, you're getting cards of people that can hit big league pitching. You don't know what these kids in Bowman, every time there's a new chase, like, oh, this is the kid to chase. Oh, this is the kid. All right, cool. Let's go to all nuts with this kid. Like, yeah. I stopped buying Bowman because it's just too much money and it's just not fun. Like Bowman draft, I didn't really ever grab because it's like, I really don't care. I don't know who any of these kids are. I never, but Bowman baseball, Bowman Chrome. I love those products. I think they're awesome. It's just, I just, whatever, man. I don't want to chase these cards that, like, to me don't mean it.
Bowman Chrome, it's the price. I mean, like, and you got to just know that the odds are you're not going to get even close to your money back on the hobby box. I mean,
what's it going for right now?
330.
Yeah, that's just a big scratch-off ticket, man. That's all that is. When people understand what it is, it's a scratch-off ticket for baseball. You get to keep stuff, which is fun. You keep your cards. But I just picked this up, and this card was $125, which is less than half of a 2022 Bowman Chrome hobby box. This is a Pop 33, none higher, Griffey refractor and a PSA 9 for $125.
Love that card, man.
A Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players of that era, an all-time, great. Some people would say he's top 10, whatever. The kid, a legend, refractor and a PSA 9 slab. Only 33 of those on the planet, and there's no higher one, and there's not going to be a higher one from that. I doubt you ain't get a Bowman box, because I can show you, bro. I saw my PSA return grades. I had to look. Did I tell you?
No, you didn't tell me you looked.
Oh man, bro. I felt like it's just this the crying emoji is like the shit that should be in my. Now, I mean, bunch of mantles, like really not good grades, like lower than I thought on some of the mantles I sent in. Yeah. Some, but PSA 8 of the Jeter, the Gwynn, and the what was the other one? I sent in 3 refractors. From 94 and all 8s. I mean, could I get a 9? I mean, they're really brutally tough on 90s inserts. I'm getting them back in like 8s now. I even got a 7 back, dude. Yeah. Did I show you the card?
Well, it was like that Shaq insert I got, and I got a 7. The only 7 I got in my whole sub, and it was that. It's like something with the 90s. They're just, I mean, when I looked at that card, it didn't look like a 7. I would have never even sent it in. It's just, but.
Yeah, I think that they look at the new modern, the ultra modern, and when you open up a box of Chrome now, a pack, and those cards are so perfectly cut and perfectly, you compare that to like an older card, like, I don't know, you got to give it some leeway or grade it the way you grade older cards, because the card's already like 30 years old or whatever it is. But when you're seeing a modern one and you're seeing one that's been taken care of, it's perfect. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what these graders are doing at PSA? There's been some stuff going on at PSA right now. I'll just leave it at that. You guys can do your own information. But Joe, to finish it off, let's just talk about the Waxateria set real quick. I mean, we're not this isn't the set's been out, the whole thing's been out. We went on to speak to Tony Vella about it, who's a legendary card guy in the wrestling game. And we're also on Instagram, so check us out over there. We have some cool live chats going on there. But the set's out. There's only a few left. Joe, what is it? There might be like 9 or 10 left of these sets.
Yep.
That's moving fast. And $30, you get a one-on-one, you get an autograph guaranteed, and the entire set. And it's been awesome, Joe, right? It's been really moving.
Yeah, no, and I want to thank everybody, especially on Twitter, that, all the guys that's in the set that, bought the set. I mean, there's so many, the ladies, we got a few ladies that bought the set. I mean, all the love we've gotten in the last week, I mean, it's been amazing. I mean, we know we had a good product, but at the end of the day, proof's in the pudding once it's out into people's hands. But just to get it into people's hands, I mean, it was so many people. We released it on Black Friday, and man, we woke up and we're like, whoa, like we just didn't think the response was pre-orders. We just really didn't think the pre-orders were going to come that way, and they've been coming. Starting to see a lot of the cards coming out on Twitter. People are posting their hits. So yeah, it's been great. Yeah, we're gonna keep going, man. We got to keep going. But the wrestlers, the rest, we have to shout out the wrestlers too. They've been doing, some promos for us, and definitely, some autos that we have. But yeah, man, it's been a good run. I'm very excited how we're gonna, the next side of it, what we're gonna do after, but how we're gonna push this, and do more things as a brand and on the website.
Yeah, the cards are great. I'll show you if you guys haven't seen the cards. You may or may not have. Here's the Mike Orlando. This is Mike Orlando's rookie card. If you don't know who this dude is, you will know soon. It's that simple. This dude is killing it in the Indies, just crushing it. He's been in AEW, he's doing his thing, and we're psyched to have him in the set. A lot of other people. Here's a Malta the Damager. You guys see how the cards are. And speaking of backs, we got cool backs. We have, kind of a class. Well, this is a test proof, so you probably won't. Me and Joe only have these, and Sabu. But you see the back. We have a nice border on there, right up, and we try to keep it classic. So it's a fun set. And again, to reiterate what Joe said, man, everybody on Twitter, thank you so much. The wrestling Twitter, you guys know who you are. These guys have sold the set for us for being in the set. The Packs, the England, the Chucksters, Tony Vella, and the Pauls of the world. So thank you guys very much. Thank all the wrestlers that are in the set. And you can go over to Waxateria.com. We're literally running out. We may make up some of the. We may sell some more of the just the base set. Maybe we will do some autos if we got them, but
yeah, if you want the autos of the 101, I would say get them now, because I would think
101s are going. There's literally 10 left, Joe? 11 left. I mean, we don't even 10 packages left, right? How many have we close to 90? So there's 10, but we don't know what 101 or what autos are left, because they just were mixed up randomly, and that's it. So whatever, man, it is what it is. Check out the set if you guys are into it, Waxateria.com. We have Sabu in the set, Sabu autographs. I can tell you I've seen a few of those out on the internet already, probably 5 or 6 or 7. So there's probably some left. I mean, we don't know who got all the packages, where they are right now, but we certainly have sent out most of the stuff. So you guys can still possibly get a 1-of-1, or you'll absolutely either get a 1-of-1 and or an autograph. So not and or an autograph. So anyway, Joe, you want to end it on a quarter classic?
Yeah, I got a classic. I got a 75 mini of my man Oscar Gamble. Look at that fro, bro.
That's
I mean, I was always amazed how he got his hat on.
Yep. Oscar Gamble, man. The 70s were just an awesome time, you know, as far as like the way people dressed and
right?
looked.
The uniforms, the way they looked, everybody was so free. I mean, some of the cards from that era, man, what dudes had, like, they used to wear those like jackets like this underneath the uniforms with like collars and shit. Like, I mean, it was so like it was so 70s, you know, nobody really cared. No one was trying to look cool. You just whatever you had on that day, yeah. But like Oscar Gamble, man, and he was a Yankee for a while too, but he was so classic with that fro, man. And look how skinny Oscar Gamble was, bro. He was a skinny dude. Like, he wasn't a big dude. It was really good.
This is 94 score Gold Rush. Dude, I don't even know what to say about this kid's mustache, bro. Like, what is up with
Come on, yo. Wait a second.